Hey everybody, good morning. I'm out in the sanctuary in my favorite place. I hope that the audio is okay here. We'll keep testing it. I do have music playing in the background. Just sitting here in a meditative state, looking out at our beautiful sanctuary with my babies. The downloads have been so intense, my star sisters. Every night I am awakened in the middle of the night with a massive download, and it pulls me out of the dream, and I come into full consciousness with a clear and present knowledge of what is coming in, but no interpreter to understand the immensity of how much is coming. We're all getting our upgrades. Hey, Krishna, come here. Good boy. So I wanted to talk about it and how it's affecting us, our star sisters, our beautiful ladies. I'm a reflector. I don't know if you know what that is. It's part of the 4 human aura designs of the human design. And we are less than 1% of the population. Reflectors are oftentimes the shaman of the village, the thermostat of the village, we're guided, the medicine person, the one absconded by the king so that he would have informations beyond this plane. We work with the moon. We are on moon cycles. It takes us a long time to make a decision. That's what they say. We have to be patient and do our 28-day cycle. And to find that the other 3 aura types also have their cycles, all different. So as a reflector, I'm beginning to honor that aspect in myself, and the most important part is my inner peace, as it is for any goddess. And what I'm feeling as I come into physicality, into what we're calling this dimension, is a tremendous amount of, what would be the word, intrusiveness from the masculine. It has no comprehension, no understanding of our languaging, of the new divine feminine. And I feel as though there are old paradigms piercing through into, as the new is coming in, the old paradigms continue to pierce through. Part of it could be part of what we have going on in our lives, or the repetition of something that would allow the masculine to fall back into one of its habits. And for me, in that instance, that has happened, and we call them frog farming. And truly, it's when you start mothering men and doing things in a masculine form, which we've been entrained to do by our environment. Stay here, kids. So, how do we stay out of masculine form? How do we maintain that inner world as it's piercing, let's say, through into this dimension of physicality? How do we bring the magic in without feeling violated, intruded on? Because we're very sensitive, we're very energetically moved, especially reflectors. See, I have no design that I come in with. I reflect that which is. So I am to sit in the observer state. There's no better divine feminine than one who sits and receives and observes, and through the joy that I feel of just being, the joy that I feel in sharing and in receiving, makes me feel like an infinite flow. My energy, my resources, my femininity, my power, my rejuvenation abilities come back to me, along with so much more. So how do we maintain this deep peace? For me, it is so important to have the ability to be in the observer seat, the ability to be in the receptive seat, and not to put the pants on and make the decisions. All decisions are shared, don't get me wrong, but to make the decisions within physicality of doing this. We are not doers, we are receivers, my beloved sisters. And in receiving, we fill our cups, which overflow into the planet as co-creators. Our magic flows through us. It's the only way we can tap into it. Otherwise, and I'm going to wait for this plane to go by. Okay, the plane has gone by. Back to the divine feminine. It is so important that we have this inner peace, that we find this ability to be in the receptive mode right now in order to bring back the deep magical experience of existence, the depth of existence. That's what we represent. And we are feeling this need to call together, to be together, to form conclaves, as I call them, sisterhoods, where we assist each other in promoting not only our businesses, our dreams, I don't want to use the word politics, but we are changing the viewpoint of society, worldviews, which are what I call the conscious collective. And as we tap into this and we start to shift the conscious collective into a heart space, the energetics change. There's more peace. There's less warring between ego as it goes into its place as a tool, and the heart takes charge. And all of humanity has to make this leap. We hold the divine feminine aspect that has been in the soul world, kept in the dream world, apart and separated. It is now entering. That's why our dreams, we're being woken up in the middle of the night, like myself. We're feeling these massive downloads, these shifts in our bodies. Many of us have physical ailments that are coming through. If you get the, itchy skin, these are changes in multidimensional aspects. We're becoming more powerful, with more abilities. I don't like to use the power word because that's been so misused. But our abilities are returning to us in a form that is so amazing, where we can shift the dynamics of reality through our heart space. I've seen this in medicine. I've seen this as a possibility for the all. I do it. Of course, we all fall back into the worldviews, which are the collective conscious that keep us from moving at the pace that some of us would like to move. Like myself, I would love to see greater changes, to bring in the true divine masculine, not as a warrior, not as a protector, but as a visionary, as a creator, a co-creator, a divine being interconnected with earth, knowing how to move and work with the divine energies, we won't call them necessarily divine if that has a feminine aspect to it. That's not what I mean. The energies of all that is. When you are interconnected with earth, to hear a man say, "Can I camp here?" and ask the earth, "Is it okay if I camp here?" Earth will always say, yeah, okay, because it's very permissive, as we are. I found that it's time that in our permissiveness, there is an aspect of what is acceptable and what is not. And I've been hitting at many points of where I feel, and perhaps you're feeling the same thing. When I say the I word, it is in the we form of me. So I'm just using this in context for this video. What is reflecting within my world is an intrusion, and I keep going back to this, of the inept masculine, the little boy that never had the true mother around, and now that the mother is here, he's looking for mothering, and it doesn't work in a true balanced masculine-feminine connection. where we're headed to, where the relations of the twin souls, as you call them, can come together and in an assistive form. I see the same thing in community, where the balance starts with the masculine and feminine. And right now it's not balanced. The masculine is not feeling his footed, so to speak. There may be some. I'd love to meet you. We may need to change the way we do things, the way we speak to the masculine. Using a new language that is non-demasculating, inspiring, kind, trusting, encouraging. They are very lost, as from what I'm seeing. The masculine has used physicality in one form and has a belief system that is within logic and holds that construct as so, when it is no longer so. The manifestors of the past generation of societal change for a few thousand years now are now shifting to what we call the org design type of more of a projector. The projector is then one who sees through things. Now there's many projectors that can be felt as though they are destructive in your world because they see right through the illusions and want to be heard. If you don't hear them, they are destructive, depending on the type of projector they are. They're very good to have in your world, especially the young projectors right now, because they are projecting the new visions of where the generators will attach with to create a new collective conscious. And that's why the divine feminine in all of us, whether we are generators, projectors, manifestors, or reflectors, it is so important that we find the inner balance. If you are in feminine form, to develop that feminine aspect of self and wear the skirt again. The beautiful divine skirt. Bring back the red tent. Join together. Bring our moon cycles together. Choose to throw an egg. No longer are we in the construct of being limited by our bodies. This is what we're changing. That's why you feel the physical changes. So you might be feeling like you need to make a dynamic change in your life. Perhaps the mate that you're with is hitting some of these notes that I'm talking about. How do we upgrade them, and how do we upgrade ourselves, maintaining this dynamic shift within us so that we can breathe in the depth of existence into this ever-changing dimension we call reality, in which these forms are what we think we are. Really, we need to work through love, through the heart. That's the only way we can see. Clearly, the heart sees beyond time and space, and even scientifically proven so. This is from where we work, and the heart is here in the center, right where you see my crystal. It is here in the center, not off to the left. That is when we were out of balance. The heart center is here. You activate from here, not the solar plexus, though it is involved, as are all the other senses, and up here. So you bring your body online and you learn to honor it. Take the time to honor yourself, your space. Do not allow for the intrusions of physical devices and physical manifestations of the collective conscience, of the shoulds, and how you should be acting and how you should be, because this does not serve us. How should we be? We only need to be as we are. Divine, beautiful, feminine goddesses, honoring ourselves so that we may entrain the others how to honor us. And it begins with us. So I'm asking all of you to dig deep down, make the necessary changes, do it with compassion, love, care, and assistance. But no more mothering, no more frog farming. Let the men grow. We have a second wave that we're rolling through. They're going to upgrade again with us, and much more will come online. Looking forward to next year as the union continues. We love you so much. Blessings. Thank you.